Hi, and welcome to Death in Cambodia, Life in America, a podcast where I interview my father, Robert Chow, one of the first survivors of the 1970s Cambodian genocide. He survived the killing fields, navigated through the jungles of Thailand, and escaped to America to build an empire in the donut industry. After about 40 years, I think it's about time he got a chance to share his story. I'm Dorothy, his daughter, and your host for today's episode. Let's dive in. This is for Robert's here to start this off. This is Robert.
Yes. Hey. Hello, everybody. So, what you want to know? Let's start with
I think we're going to start
Cambodia.
off. Yeah. Why don't we start off? First of all, kind of where, from the very, very beginnings. Why don't you go ahead and first introduce yourself, and then we can go into a little bit of your background and history.
I was born in Cambodia, city called Phnom Thom. That means big mountain city. It was a very small city, and the populations in that city, I guess, at the time, it probably 1,000 to 1,500 people.
When were you born? What year were you born?
1959. This was 60 years ago. So that city was very, very poor. And at school, I think the people cannot go to school because it actually is no school in that city. If you want to go to school, you're gonna have to probably ride a bike or walk 1 hour or 2 hours to school, to a little bit big city called Mongol Borey.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where
I thought you grew up in Battambang, actually. Is that no?
No, Battambang, that's later on that I moved. My parents sent me to live with the grandma and grandpa because I guess they both were so busy in business. Plus, I think the city is so small, and they thought probably, this is not the best town to raise the kids, so they sent me to live with the grandma and grandpa in Mongol Borey.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bigger city, than Phnom Thom. So the population in Mongol Borey, I believe at the time it was probably I said maybe 10,000 people.
So these are all small towns.
These are all small
towns that we're talking about.
You're talking about 62 years ago, 62 years ago.
Was there a reason why?
I guess it just reduce their work. I guess they cannot taking care of me because I think they busy. They both working all the time.
And what did Yaya do, and what did Mama do?
Yeah, I think Yaya opened the manufacture. It's called rice processing. Rice, when you harvest the rice from the field, and then you're gonna have to put the skin out, and that's what he's doing. And then at that time, he just opened that plant, so he's really busy. So. My mom, she raising the pig, at home, they both kept themselves pretty busy. So yeah, I was living with grandma and grandpa at age 2. We have 5 auntie and then 2 uncle. but they all grown up, so the only little one is me. I didn't have anyone to talk to play, and it was lonely. It was lonely, and was very disappointed because I was a kid. I think, not quite understand. I said, why they don't want me? Why they just so they visit me is only once a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I believe it's a New Year. So it was tough, and then it's really tough. So you try to talk to your uncle and auntie, but I think they all say almost 10 years older than me. I didn't get a chance to see my sibling that much at all. And I didn't really getting close to the parent and all the siblings.
I mean, I can see, you were with you grew up with your uncles and your aunties. You didn't have anybody to play with, Bai? I mean,
No.
you think that maybe, like, who if you think about that childhood, do you have any good memories?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what do you remember?
I have a very good memory.
What do you remember
because,
from those times? Did you have friends that you can play with? Did you go to school during that time?
When I was age 5, I was in school with auntie and uncle.
Okay.
And I remember, I was so lonely. I wasn't have much friend. But
did you like school?
I didn't like school. I didn't like school that much.
What did you not like about it?
Well, I was a very, very active kid. And then plus, sometimes you feel you feel sad because, feel like, nobody wants you. And then that probably stick in my head the most is why you just keep question yourself, why my parents didn't really want me,
right,
and all that. And then uncle and auntie didn't really, because you were so small and so little, they're not gonna talk. It's basically the culture too in Cambodia and in Asia, because you cannot just open talk everything,
right.
Then that's the culture, how to do with that too. And I didn't do well in school at all. I think the first 2-3 years, and I'm flung almost everything, because, and then I had to stay another year because, and then I didn't care really. Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll stay another year, which is make a lot easier for me because I know it's going to be the same thing this year. So, and then I can do better the second year with the new student that coming, And
did you make any friends at all?
Yes, I did make friends at that time. I was a very, very active kid and didn't really listen to the teacher that much. And I create my own thing, when teachers say something, I just go ahead and add a couple words, and then I got punished all the time.
Always had a mind of your own.
Yeah.
So if you were looking back at that time, I mean, before kind of everything, the Khmer Rouge, do you have any like real good favorite memory from that time period? Do you remember just what was your favorite childhood memory before the Khmer Rouge?
Oh, wow. I remember now. My favorite thing is sport, played table tennis.
Tennis?
I was really, really good. Yes.
Is that like ping pong?
Ping pong. Yes. I love ping pong. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love ping pong. And I want the ping pong pad so bad. A good one. Not a really, really expensive good one, just a decent one. And then I was dreaming. Said, oh, I love this ping pong pad. And then I wish that my parents come to visit me next year or this New Year so I can maybe ask them to get me a ping pong pad. But when they both came to visit me, and then I just couldn't open my mouth to ask because you're afraid, you're scared because of the culture. It's just you really scare your parents. You cannot say anything, just keep quiet. And so I didn't say anything. So then I cried. I remember I was crying, mom asking me, say, what happened? I think, and then I just said, I want the ping pong, the pad so bad. So I think, she gave the money to auntie or uncle at that time to get me the ping pong pad. Oh, I love that ping pong pad. That's the only thing that it's my favorite when I was in my childhood. But that's, between age 3 to age 7, I believe. But after 7, 8, 9, and 10, I was different. I was independent.
That doesn't surprise me. I think probably because you could kind of look back at it and you think about it, when mama sent you to be away, that probably built your independence. You didn't have anybody to really lean on. You didn't have siblings to play with or talk to. You had to figure it out on your own.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But I think, when you grow up and then you kind of appreciate, is it, you really decide you're on your own. I mean, even a small thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to really make a decision and then try hard to get it.
So age 8, 9, and 10, you're saying?
8, 9, 10, 11. Start from age
8 and
up. And
okay.
I really, really independent.
Why do you say that? Do you remember
because
times?
And then I can decide whatever I want to do, whatever I want to. I just do it. I just think it probably wasn't a smart thing to do, but I think I did it anyway.
Did you do anything stupid when you were young?
Yes, well, because in the classroom they put one guy, one girl, one guy, one girl. And then, at that time, I was cheating. Most of the time, teacher caught me.
Yeah.
I said, so when the teacher caught you and then they punish you, the way they punish you at the old time, they let you stand outside under the hot sun for 2 to 3 hours.
Oh my gosh. You cannot sit.
And then they spank you. And then, you cannot sit. That's the way they punish you. And then
for 3 hours?
Oh yeah. And then after that, I always got sick, because, under the sun, I mean, Cambodia, it's so hot and humid and, for a while, and then you get used to it. And then the whole, not just the whole class, the whole school all know me because I'm standing up there all the time.
As the troublemaker.
The troublemaker. Whole school, they have 3 people. It's the same way. So it's the same, my age.
You guys become friends or something?
Yes. Yes. Oh, good friend.
Good friends.
Yeah. Hey, I said, what happened to you today?
What'd you do?
Didn't say, yeah. I said, yeah.
What was the climate at that time? I mean, kind of leading up to Pol Pot and leading up to the Khmer Rouge. Could you kind of have a sense when you were in school that something weird was happening?
No. I didn't know what's going on.
What was going on?
No, I didn't know what was going on.
You couldn't tell? There weren't any weird news? I don't know. You couldn't
tell? Couldn't
tell.
No. I mean, the kid, I just want to wake up, have good food, and you want to play and go to school, and that's it.